Welcome to TDC Today Show USA. My name is Sue Roskoff, and we are, as always, thrilled to be here to share some interesting and fun things that are going on out in the world of TDC. So with that, I'm going to throw this over to Emily to get us rolling.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the TDC Today Show. The TDC is headquartered in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and was started for a decade ago by Jay Stoyan. And so I'm going to pass over to Kurt, our USA ambassador of the TDC Today Show, and the TDC in general, I should say.
All right, everybody. Yeah, this is a great story that started a few years ago, a few years and a few months. Basically, I was working on, in collaboration with Sue here, starting Ability Fest Wisconsin, Ability Fest Milwaukee, to grow it to be Ability Fest USA. And then we entered our time of COVID. But before that all hit, I had already found on LinkedIn the disability channel through connected contacts. So what I did is I went into the website, thedisabilitychannel.ca, and I went ahead and contacted the channel and had a very pleasant conversation with Jay Stoyan, our founder and our leader there in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, heading up all the operations and everything for the team building and production. And so he was great. And then with the disability channel, a great progression that the disability channel went ahead and was a part of covering what happened with Ability Fest, which then became Global Ability Fest, with that international component between us and the USA and Jay Stoyan and the Disability Channel and all of its successes now of a decade or more, or I should just say over a decade, in Canada. And so it is, a great journey we've got going on here and something that needs to be done. So for me, it was something where when Jay found me, or when I introduced myself to him, I was letting him know of my work at River West Radio, riverwestradio.com. and doing Ability MKE now, where Sue was supporting us as a co-host team. We were having Jory Prajinski, Adam Voisin, Dawn Green, Mickey Frank, doing a wonderful job with a once-a-month show on Wednesdays. And we continue a Wednesday show, a weekly Wednesday show now at this point, with River West Radio. So basically, this was a story of, over 4 years ago, I had an appetite for television, but for a year's worth of time, I was not doing anything with it. So this became something that fell into my lap, because when I was thinking about television, I said in my own thoughts, I was thinking to myself that with all of the television stations around, our NBC, we're seeing it as we're watching and enjoying these shows. And but I really saw a need to have a concerted effort to really get people with disabilities involved in a large scale into the television realm, which I obviously was pursuing with River West Radio, Ability MK now, and having Disability Advocacy Radio. So again, when I found the Disability Channel, which we come to know now as television by and with people with disabilities and veterans, happy Armed Forces Day, everybody. We are here at the Disability Channel celebrating Armed Forces Day and, really giving a big shout out to our veterans. So a lot is culminated today, May 20th, and a lot of you are going to be catching the restreaming on the Disability Channel. It'll be showing up as well, long after the fact of May 20th, or even long after May 2023. So for sure, this is going to be an enjoyable program throughout the year as we do the reruns, of this show. So Emily, we have one of our strong collaborators here, Marianne. And so Emily, I want to pass it back to you, and let's set the stage and check in with Marianne. Whenever somebody connects, we never know what they're really in the middle of, but Emily, set the stage and then check in, and let's see what part of this show Marianne will be. Take it away, Emily.
So we met Marianne through the Happy Neighborhood Project. And we met her as Marianne of Waikiki, which now she has since changed to Marianne de Mexico, with being in Mexico. But she is a author, app developer, sign language interpreter, among other things. So Marianne, will you please come in here and say a little bit briefly about your project that you're working on?
Well, aloha, Emily and Kurt. Thank you so much for having us on the Disability Channel and Today's Show, and Transform You Media, and Marcus Hart and Lawrence Wingate, all you guys that are behind the scenes doing this on a weekly show. And yeah, happy Veterans Day to everybody. So I'm in San Carlos, Mexico. And I'm the author of the Acts of Kindness series, featuring 200 folk Manus puppets. My books are written for animation movies with sign language characters and soundtrack by Lucy Lynch and The Perfect Wave. And I'm currently working on a project because I'm actually taking a course with Mel Robbins, the motivational speaker. She happens to be on 200 country podcasts, and she's offered a 6-month course and to kind of motivate you on your projects. And so I've been having mornings with Mel where her 15-minute motivational videos highlighting different theories and behavioral studies, and how to change your thoughts and actions, and how to become a better you for the future. And it's been amazing. I absolutely love it. I'm so glad I'm doing it. And the ironic thing is she talked about this iceberg model 2 days ago, and I was able to upload the cover of Cool Acts of Kindness. So you can see that as the last book there with a rainbow. It's actually an iceberg with a heart in it. And I've created the PDF with the characters, with the chapters. And thank you, Kurt, for joining my co-writer, Suzanne Sims, a couple of days ago to introduce yourself and introduce this show and what we've been doing through this journey over the last couple of years with Happy Neighborhood projects, and starting out small and developing and going worldwide and opening up the world of ability and allowing me to volunteer my services to interpret sign language and promote the books and meet amazing people to help out with this project. And so I'm real excited because Suzanne and I are setting the time to start creatively writing. And I am just taking so many amazing notes with this Mel Robbins lessons to develop these characters. And my mind is just exploding with creativity and words that she's using and how to define these characters. So I'm looking really forward to getting started. And I created a flyer. If I can pull it up, I'll put that up there, featuring Waterflow the whale will be a main character with Leon McLaughlin from Clean Water Foundation, who has joined us in several of the podcasts the last several weeks. He's been very busy and on the road and doing all these events in Beverly Hills, California, with a real estate office over there. And they are preparing the water filters to be delivered to the Navajo Hopi Desert Indians in Arizona. And he's also going to be doing some events back in his hometown, Kirkland, Seattle, Washington, where again, he created the Clean Water Foundation, started out with as a shoe shiner and created filters. And now he's in 35 countries and doing amazing events. And the last couple of weeks too, we have met Jasper, who is the African Film Festival. That's going to be happening in October. So much has been happening and networking here, and so grateful for it. And yesterday I joined you with the Helpopedia group, and I had a great conversation for an hour with Maury, and got some ideas for vibration with the fluttering of bee and flies wings and how we vibrate and hearing. It was just an amazing hour that I had one-on-one with him, and I've been typing nonstop for the last several days on the laptop. It feels good, creatively writing and putting all these notes down, and really excited to bring these into character form with Suzanne Sims within the next month or so. So we are also applying for an awesome grant foundation in Hawaii for $1,000. So we're manifesting that we received that. She has received one in the past for her thrift store, the musical. And that's where we're moving forward with the project. So again, it's been really great with this Mel Robbins course, because it's just really affirming everything that I'm doing. And it's like we're right in divine order. I mean, the iceberg model, boom, I have the iceberg of the boat, book, sorry. And thinking of the boat, and what is a boat? It's a boat with a heart, and diving deeper and what's going to happen on the surface. And you get really deep into your own personal self-development and projects and a vision of the new future you. The past is over. And this is, we have phase 1 of our life, phase 2 and phase 3. Where do you see yourself? And, taking action for the future you. So thank you again for letting me be here. Real busy kind of over here in San Carlos. It's heating up. And got the pool open, been swimming and exercising, and I got the captain coming over today. And I'm going to be going on the boat this week. They're going to be painting my apartment, and it's just an amazing place where I live. They really take care of this property here, and everything works. Grateful that I have water, clean, fresh water, where other places I've heard with other people in homes, and so I'm real set up for this summer and living arrangements here in San Carlos. And I stopped by the Riscotti thrift store this morning. The volunteer ladies are there. They're retired nurses. And this thrift store profits actually support salaries of the EMT ambulance services right behind them. So it's just a great little community here. And the weather's picking up. My neighbor said he could hear the waves over the ocean, so it's been windy. And I can't wait to get on the sailboat for a couple of days. It's going to be excruciating hot, but it'll be great fun to get out there and see what the water's like, and have waves of emotions again. So thank you again, Emily and Kurt. Let's back to you, and let's see who we will be joining us today.
Marianne, it's always fun to get the updates on what's all happening in your corner of the world, and a little jealous that I'm hearing you talk about all the waves going on out there, that you can actually hear the ocean waves. That just sounds so relaxing. I know you're not typically all that relaxed. You're busy. You got a lot going on over there. So it's very exciting to get the updates and to hear what's all happening. Kurt, over to you.
All right. Well, I want to work on this with Emily here. Emily is our one of our H&P ambassadors. All three of us here are H&P ambassadors, which comes from the co-host community, which Marianne has been a part of through H&P Hawaii and H&P Ability, and just all around supporter of the Happy Neighborhood Project. But Emily, if you could kind of come forward a little bit in this work we're doing with Marianne with the finger puppets and the app games and the book, and looking at the animation movies with Lawrence Wingate and the Clean Water Foundation, and your mantra, Emily, is a super helper, and we look at everything that's been possible through the Happy Neighborhood Project, and we keep saying how we never would have connected to Marianne if it weren't for H&P and the Happy Co-op. Emily, talk about this a little bit. What do you remember about first meeting Marianne and the networking experience, and then where we are today with everything coming together with so many pieces? What does this all mean for you? What has Marianne's project done in making a difference in your life?
It's only been 3 years, but it seems like it's been a lot longer than 3 years. And for as many people as that we've met, Kurt, it's a ton. I'm surprised I can keep even part of the number of people that we've met straight, let alone all the, I don't know, 1,000 or 2 that we've met. But yeah, I guess just I think Marianne's project is awesome and kind of a very important one, and kind of learning about kind of the whole disability thing, and the importance of sign language with the deaf and hard of hearing folks. Learning about the either reminding or about the garbage patch between Hawaii and California, and I've went quite a bit in the last little bit of my Marianne here. So does that kind of answer your question, Kurt?
Yeah, it's good. So Marianne, as you do this work and you network at H&P and other places, and you're traveling and connecting, Marianne, speak a little bit to the reactions you get. What are the types of things that people say when you share what you've shared here in this show already? What are people saying in reaction? Like, I know there's the donors choose aspect. And you're talking about meeting folks at the Film Market and Festival, Helpopedia. What tends to be the reaction that people are giving you, Marianne, as you're sharing the work that you do?
Oh, there we go. Am I on?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, great. I've been getting a lot of great feedback, especially, with Dr. Liddy, who I met through Happy Neighborhood Projects. She is federally trademarking our books, the Acts of Kindness series. And also Trevor Gibbs has been a big support too with the American Disabilities Act, making sure that all business owners with a website are American Disabilities Act compliant. If not, business owners can receive a $75,000 fine. So it's been a great opportunity to be the voice and support these people with having a career 30 some years ago, working actually as a case manager with the deaf when President Bush signed the American Disabilities Act. So, and it's just been great to get the support. And, I met a lot of characters through H&P, and guess what? We have a lot of characters' names now in H&P. So I've gotten feedback from them, especially Daniel, who helped me create some financial characters in this book, Cool Acts of Kindness. Got a chapter called Monkey Mind or Monkey Business, because some of the financial crisis that has been happening, and how do we work through it, get through it. So he gave me a lot of ideas. And Alan too, in his charity work. We tried to donate books to him. Natalia, she's a teacher in Los Angeles that we want to get the books to. She's actually an elementary theater teacher. So it's just been a real good feedback, and they love the project. One of my other teachers, friends in Hawaii, actually requested the books from an organization called Donors Choose. She introduced it to me, and she requested the books, and she got funded in 2 weeks. And they shipped out the books to the Kamaile Charter School. I went out and brought the puppets, and we did a slideshow presentation of learning the finger spelling ASL, American Sign Language Alphabet, and with Dr. Fingers, and we talked about ocean cleanup. And so, not to say like the sophisticated hula were the talk of the town. And guess what, we want to support the talk of the town, not to take away here, but I don't know if you guys have been watching American Idol. There's an amazing young man, 18 years old, who is just singing his heart out on American Idol. So we want to make sure our audience, if you're listening to when the American Idol is to vote for EM Tonga. And so, it's the aloha spirit. And we had a lot of aloha spirit in Hawaii, and, the opportunity to talk story or be a storyteller of really what's happening in our world. Again, thank you, Emily. You highlighted, yes, these are the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is just one of the gyres around the world. And, I thank Sue, your wife, for bringing and pulling up the app games and kind of sharing them to see some of the creativity, because I'm working on so many, I want to say different ones, but I forget, like, oh my gosh, I've added that in that Fiverr app game, or that bee's doing this and got delay. Oh my gosh. And so it's kind of like Christmas for me, because all that creativity, thought into action, and hard work, and for people to, when you start something and you talk about it and you got to see it from thought to action, now people can actually see what I'm talking about and get the visual in the ideas and have great fun and talk story and share what we can do to be of service around the world. So again, I want to thank all the military out there. I talk about hearing loss, as that's my background. And I also have tinnitus and vertigo and ringing in the ears. So we have 500 million people worldwide with a hearing loss. That's 500 million people worldwide. And we have millions of moms and dads coming home from being of service who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. So these books are, again, taking a global topic and how we can interact with each other by using sign language. Sign language is a solution, especially for social spatial distancing. And we hope to bring these books and animation through Lawrence Wingate Studios, who's a retired Army, and thank you. And again, thank you everybody for being of service. And this is how we can be of service to the world. And again, all teachers can request copies of the books from an organization called DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. And happy what's the day again, Kurt? It's not Veterans Day.
Armed Forces Day. Armed Forces
Day. Okay. So yes. So in the books too, we highlight the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. Again, there's an app game too. I have the Coast Guard in there, and it's just going to be great fun creating and continuing to do all this amazing work. And the vision is for Leon to connect with Netflix to see if we can get these into an animation series, or Lawrence Wingate, put them out there on these tour buses, these airlines. These are all good messages to the military bases. These are all good messages and stories of what's happening around the world, and anti-bullying messages. And now we got climate change and how we all need to adapt. I'm looking forward to my new me and my new future with Mel Robbins, and her support as a coach has been amazing. To know that, I'm like right on with what I'm doing with my vision and mission, and have that support with this this course that I'm taking over the next 6 months. And especially it gives me a project to do because, you know, I'm in a foreign country and it's a little challenging. I'm not that fluent in Spanish. So I'm, you know, sitting and having a great meal with my neighbors and they're all talking Spanish. So not that I feel left out, but it's also kind of a way like a deaf person and signing, and I'm not signing now. But yeah, you gotta shift that energy to start learning something new and becoming fluent in it, which is always at first with projects or taking on something new, such as learning a new language. It's always a challenge at first, but if you keep working at it, it becomes easier and you work with ease and grace and become more fluent. So I encourage you guys to check out the website, actsofkindnessseries.com. And meet the sign language characters, Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab, Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee, Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken, and also have a turkey doing the numbers. And we also have a golf game for this summer. So
well, we're excited to see where it all goes, and we are going to say thank you. So much thanks for Armed Forces and Marianne with what you're bringing to us. And I know we've got Ralph coming on here. We are going to have another episode coming up shortly, and we will be revisiting a few more of these pieces in our very next episode. So for all who are here, I want you to make sure to stick around.
Sue, just real quick.
Yes, sir.
I want Ralph to give a 30-second synopsis. What's going on in 30 minutes, Ralph? 30 seconds. Give us the headline.
We're going to lose all the hair on my head and face for the Veterans Ranch. In honor of our veterans and to support the Veterans Ranch, because everything they do is free to our veterans. We need more people doing for our veterans in this country.
All right, perfect. So that'll do it for today from Sue, Emily, Marianne, Ralph, and myself, Kurt. We hope to have you watching and listening.